Next Step is a wellness facility which integrates both Eastern and Western treatments and medicine, developing the best program for each individual patient.
This is a revolutionary change that medicine must take. We need to treat people and our patients as human beings.
I was diagnosed with cancer about 4.5 years ago, and during that journey through my own cancer, I constantly was aware of what wasn't available.
Nowadays, Western medicine is turned into HMO, 5-minute visits. We can only deal with one problem at a time or one specialist at a time. So what we do here at Next Step, we get all of their medical records to look at everything, so we know the patient before they come, going over their history, doing a thorough examination, finding out what's wrong.
One of the founding fathers of medicine, Sir William Osler, said, "I'd rather know the person who has the illness than know the illness that the person has."
I did need someone to go and talk to about what it felt like when my children started crying when they saw me with no hair. You see, I needed that, and that place wasn't there for me.
So what we've done with Next Step is taken a look at Native American healing, acupuncture and acupressure, yoga, Pilates, things from all the different cultures, Eastern and Western medicine, put them together and come up with the best treatment program for each individual patient.
We can create a week just geared to their needs, because the nutritional needs are different, the exercise needs are different, the emotional problems and challenges are very different, the family issues are different.
Every little thing that we did, I felt like it was for me. She looked at my body, looked at the things that I need with my surgery, with, the chemo, all the things that I went through. It's not just any physical therapy. It was something for me, for my problem.
Then we launch into many different areas. Certainly the equestrian therapy is unique. Actually having experience with an animal, a large animal, that is very, very sensitive to how people feel.
When we got there, it was quite a surprise because it didn't fit, my preconceived ideas, but it ended up being the most incredible experience in my life.
Well, I love it here in Vail. I think the mountains are healing and that it's a very spiritual place. I find that, for me, just being able to be surrounded by such beauty and to walk out into it at any moment and at any time of the year and to look around is refreshing and energizing.
They have some friends who are Native Americans, and they have a healing lodge. And that was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
The Sweat Lodge is a place where we go to cleanse our bodies, our minds, our spirits, and our emotions.
What they draw from their tradition to do what they do is part of the healing Qi that's all around us. Qigong is really an umbrella term for energy cultivation. The Kung is the cultivation, Qi is the energy. A Qigong practitioner will assess the flow of energy and then use their hands to help facilitate the flow of energy.
Well, one thing that we want to do is work with patients to show them that there are many ways to deal with events in their life. Most of the time people come in with a preconceived notion that they don't know anything about art and that they can't do anything with that, when actually there are many ways that a person could incorporate that in their life.
And most people who are very ill haven't been doing very much in terms of fun. They don't know what fun is anymore. Their illness has taken over. She works with them to say, no, fun, creativity, self-expression is at the absolute base of wellness.
They make tremendous breakthroughs, and they have breakthroughs that they never thought were possible, whether they're emotional, physical, spiritual. They have breakthroughs that change their lives.
My lab results started coming up, and one of my doctors said to me, "What did they do in Colorado?" And I said, "We had yoga, we had sweat lodge," and he said, "No, what did they do?" I said, "We had yoga, we had sweat lodge."
When they leave, they have essentially a bag of tools, if you will, to work on the problems. They have a path to follow and the mechanism, the way to follow that path in a way that I don't think they could get anywhere else.
It was a huge 1-week lesson in life.
You always think, oh, what is behind all of this, you know? And they are wonderful. They open the doors for us.
Sometimes people may be so ill that we can deal with emotional and spiritual issues, and there may not be a lot we're going to do to cure the physical problem. Of course, what we find is if the spiritual and emotional issues get healed, the physical problems usually improve as well.
Do I fit some standard of health, or am I as well as I can be, given the circumstances of my existence? And we will have patients who are facing terminal diagnosis, who are very well people. They are working hard on their relationships, they're working hard on their spirituality, and if you ask them after they finish a week's program with us, they will often say, you know, I've never felt better in my life.
I have a really good life. I still have the pain, I still have all the things that I had back then, but they taught me in Next Step that things that you don't think you could do, you're capable of doing.
I owe my life to Next Step, you know. They did so much for me.
They just gave me a life back where I really didn't have one before that.
And that really is what they need to do for the next step of their life, to really take their wellness, their healing to another level.
I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do it, and it really was life-changing for me. Yes, I got my life back.